Hello everybody, welcome to Harmony Club. My name is John Gonzalez and in this channel we talk about everything crypto, and I also upload daily videos on news and updates on what's going on in the market, so you guys are always stay tuned. I also have a Spanish channel in the description if you guys want to check it out and subscribe to it as well. And let's jump right in with today's topic. Okay guys, we're going to be talking about three coins in this video, specifically Ethereum, Cardano, and Polkadot. Why? Well, I'm going to compare them, guys, because especially I want to compare Cardano and Polkadot, because a lot of people usually compare these two coins and they do like which one's best to buy in terms of which one's going to give me the most ROI, etc., right? The reason is because even though they don't have the same end goal, right, they do have around the same market cap, or at least they used to. Right now, Cardano is 50 billion market cap, while Polkadot is around 20 billion total market cap, right? So right now, Cardano is almost more than twice as big, right? But in the past, like like a month ago and some months ago, they were right there close with each other, closer to each other, right? So let's talk about why, guys. And I've seen a lot of this type of articles, right? Especially look at this article from Nasdaq, right? This is the Nasdaq.com website, and it's a recent article from April, right? April of this year, and they are talking about the question, the $1 million question that a lot of people are asking, which I think the answer is very obvious, but I'm going to break it down for you guys in this video. So at the end of this video, you guys will 100% know which one is the better buy in the short term as well as in the long term. Well, let's start with, let me read a little bit of this article to you guys. So we have the Nasdaq article saying Cardano, ADA versus Polkadot, which cryptocurrency is a better buy. Well, guys, I'm not going to read you guys this whole article. I already read it. But basically, I'm going to show you guys the end conclusion, the bottom line, right? So it says they talked about everything, right? Like what each crypto is trying to achieve. They're a little bit different. However, they're similar in the terms of their market cap, right? Especially when in April. So it says, given everything we covered, it's not hard to see both Cardano and Polkadot rank among the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap now, right? Both networks have great potential in integrating blockchains. If you believe Cardano could eventually display its strengths through lower transaction fees and higher speed tech, Cardano could be the next Ethereum, right? That's the prospect. On the other coin, right? If Polkadot can demonstrate sustainability in its operations, we might see an influx of developers and investors to the platform, right? Well, they left it like a little bit, like in the air, yeah, both are good, investing whatever you want, right? They didn't pick a winner. However, I'm going to tell you guys something that a lot of people know, but actually, I don't think a lot of people know. And if they know, they don't pay attention to it. And that is Polkadot's inflation. Let's talk about it. So if we go here to this website, which is from Polkadot, we can see all the wallets there's being stake, the validators and everything, and we can see something very key here. As you guys know, Polkadot, if you guys didn't know, doesn't have a capped limit, doesn't have a capped supply, no supply max, right? So they have something called inflation, which we all, most of you guys have PTSD from inflation, from the dollar, right? From everything that the Fed is doing with the dollar, right? Quantitative easing, easy money, low interest rates, all the money printed. Now Biden just unveiled a $6 trillion plan budget that is crazy. That is actually similar to the spending we used to have during World War II levels, right? So with the spending we're gonna have right now with the new Biden plan, it's gonna be similar to World War II levels. That is very crazy. We have had, if I remember the statistic correctly, in the past 12 months, we have had like 25% of all the money ever printed was printed in the last 12 months, which is very crazy. We're going to, which is actually good for Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrencies that are hard money, right? That are cap supply, that don't have inflation, like Polkadot. Because a lot of people say, well, the reason Polkadot has inflation, which is right now around 8.9% a year, they say, well, the reason it has inflation is because well, that means the coins that are lost, they need to be replaced. So this is around the inflation that replaces the coin being lost. And also, yeah, but still, you can't. That doesn't justify it, in my opinion. They also, another argument they might say is that, well, the inflation of the Polkadot coins, they go to the Polkadot treasury, and then the Polkadot treasury, they don't actually release them to the market, so they're not liquid, right? They're locked. But yeah, that's still a shitty argument because even if the Polkadot even if this inflation goes to, well, it goes to the percent, like the people being the validators, right? That are earning their interest, right? Which is around 75% being staked. But also another part, and I think the bigger part goes to the Polkadot treasury, which, it might sound good, but it's actually not good because they're gonna have a lot of money, and eventually that money will be spent. I mean, they also burn coins. I know that they burn coins too, the treasury. However, it's up to them to decide that, right? That's not up to like the people, right? The protocol, like Bitcoin, right? Only 21 million coins, and there's already 20% lost coins on Bitcoin. So really, there's around 16, right? If you do the math, if around 20% of all Bitcoins have been lost, right? So 21 million Bitcoins. But let's do a circulation one, right? Let's do 18 million because, right, we need to do the ones in circulation, and there's already 20% being lost. So there's almost 4 million coins. Almost 4 million coins already lost, right? So really, there's only 15 million coins that are liquid for sale on circulation, Bitcoins, right? So that is called hard money. That is called money that is actually deflationary because more coins will be lost throughout the years. People die. They don't tell their family members that they have Bitcoin. People send Bitcoin to the wrong address. They lost it forever. So there's a lot of ways that Bitcoin, that right now there's 20% of Bitcoin coins lost. That number is going to continue to increase, making the price go up even if the demand stays the same because the supply goes down, right? That's basic economics, right? So let's talk about Cardano. Going back to today's topic, Cardano versus Polkadot. Which one do you guys think an investor, like for example Mark Cuban, right, that recently got into a little bit of a heated debate with Charles Hoskinson on Twitter? Not a heated debate, but they were just talking back and forth publicly. Charles Hoskinson invited Mark Cuban to his ranch in Colorado, and he declined. Right, Mark Cuban declined the offer. He said that why he asked what's your working product, something like that. He asked what do you still don't have smart contracts, which by the way they're coming this summer. If you guys don't know, that was my previous video. So we can see that you guys have to put yourselves in the shoes of financial investors, institutional investors, of long-term billionaires, like millionaires. What do they want? Well, they have stated pretty clearly that they want two things: Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Most investors like Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, Mark Cuban, they own Bitcoin and Ethereum. Mark Cuban also owns other things from the Ethereum ecosystem like Aave. He owns Ardios, which is another app that wants to compete with SoundCloud. So that is also in the Ethereum blockchain. So these billionaires, they own these two coins mostly, and not a lot of millionaires own Cardano yet, right? As of yet, we don't have, because we have still a very small market cap, right, compared to Ethereum, right? However, if you guys put yourself in the shoes of billionaires and millionaires and institutional investors, which one do you guys think will be in their minds? How will they think? Well, you guys will think, well, Ethereum is 45 billion supply limit. No more Ethereum, no more Cardano. I'm sorry, no more Cardano after 45 billion coins, right? And right now there's in circulating supply is 31 billion, right? Well, if we have an inflation in Polkadot of 9%, well, that's crazy. That means that, yeah, even though there's gonna be coins lost, well, it's going to be very hard to keep the price stable. It's probably gonna keep going up. I'm not saying it's not gonna go up, right? It was like a $50, like $40 or something, right? However, it's gonna be much harder. Like, it's like, imagine you're like swimming like against the current, right? Imagine you're in a river and the river has a lot of a current, and you're just going against the grain. You're going against the current. That's basically what people saving in US dollars are doing. People that saved in US dollars in a high yield savings account, or people that buy bonds, that's what you're doing. You're going against the grain. You're literally devaluing and diluting your network. That's what Michael Saylor says, right? If you are not beating the real asset inflation, not the CPI, but the real asset inflation, the real inflation, if you're not beating it, you're actually diluting your wealth, right? Diluting your wealth. That's what Michael Saylor says. So between Polkadot that has a 9% inflation And Cardano that is deflationary, right? It has the same principles as Bitcoin. Only 45 billion Cardano. That's it. No more Cardano. And right now, Cardano has one of the best things ever out of any network, and that is, I believe it is the most. If no, it's not the most stake. Because Polkadot is 75% stake. Cardano right now we have a 71% stake, right? Which is still a lot. It's actually because if you guys do the math, out of the 31 billion in circulation, there's only, right? If you guys do a quick math, right? 31 billion. I did this math, right? 31 billion. There's only 30% in circulation because 70% is stake, right? So it's only 9 billion in circulation. Moreover, we still don't have Cardano on Robinhood. We still don't have Cardano on PayPal. We still don't have Cardano in some exchanges like Gemini. So we are going to see that when these smart contracts like Alonso come out in this summer, add to that by that time, Bitcoin has probably recovered, right? And Ethereum will have followed even stronger, right? So I'm going to leave you guys with one last point before I leave. The reason, this is one of the theories that I've had, and that is the reason Ethereum has grown so much is because it's very attainable. Why? What do I mean very attainable? Well, the average American can buy a whole Ethereum. I'm not saying the average American has $2,000. I'm saying that it's very, if you save up, if you have a job, even if you work at McDonald's, and you save up a little bit of, even if you work at McDonald's and you have minimum wage, if you save up a little bit of every month, you can, within several months, you can buy a whole Ethereum, right? Because $2,000 is right now very achievable. Even when it was at $4,000, it was still very achievable. It's not like a Bitcoin, right? However, there's a key thing. When Ethereum goes to the 10K, 20K, the 27K prediction, right? Even 40K that JP Morgan said, right? I'm sorry, that Goldman Sachs said that it could reach 40K. So when Ethereum goes to 20K, 40K, that's going to be on the levels of Bitcoin, and it's not going to be very achievable for the average Joe to be able to buy one whole ETH, right? So we are going to have, when Ethereum is like at 20K, well, Cardano is going to be like a what, $10? So what is more achievable for the average Joe, right? Saying, oh, I want to buy a whole Cardano for $10. Or, oh, I want to buy a whole Ethereum for 20 grand. Of course, the average American doesn't have $20,000 laying around just to buy Ethereum, right? One whole Ethereum. So the what's it called? The mentality, right? The psychology of people is, well, if this does the same things than this one, but faster, cheaper, better, and more efficient, why don't I just? And it also pays me 6% of interest a year, which is the same as this one, and it also has a lower market cap, meaning the opportunity. It's a more asymmetrical bet because it has more chances of going up than down. So I think when we have a 20K Ethereum, we're gonna have a $10 Cardano, and we might actually see a $10 Cardano sooner than that, actually, right? So it might signal a psychology factor that people are not taking into account now, and that is that Ethereum is going to be so expensive that it's going to be very hard for the average folk to have one full ETH. However, the average folk, even when Cardano hits $100, right? Let's say, I don't know, like in 8 years, let's say in 2028, it reaches like $100 and something. Well, it's still very, it's still, the average Joe can still buy, I don't know, 10 Cardanos at $100, that's $1,000, right? So, guys, I wanted to leave you guys with this. I'm not going to go into detail about what each Polkadot and Cardano wants to do. You guys already know that. Polkadot wants to be the unifier of the blockchain, of the cryptocurrencies. It wants to have a whole network that unifies all of them. I'm not going to explain all of that. You guys already know that. I'm just trying to let you guys know from a different perspective. A lot of guys are not realizing that Ethereum is going to be a lot of more expensive and more difficult to get than Cardano in the future, and that might make the Cardano more attractive. So guys, that's everything for today. If you liked the video, please go ahead and like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.